Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another WWE Champions video. Today we're going to look at and see if any of these gears are worth it. The three on the prize wall. So we're going to start with Michelle, then we'll go to Goldberg, and then we'll go to Rey. Michelle's hype 3, so the damage will be a little skewed, but I can show you guys what she would be like at hype 0. So I'm not too worried there. So moveset we're going to be running is Triple Purple. I do think that's her best. I know you could run the countdown way with the finisher or even with the choose move if you want to, but I do prefer this build of her. I just think it's the best. I mean, yeah, sure, it doesn't recycle, but it's definitely going to hit hard enough. Trainers, we got King, obviously for multi 2, and then all color 2. We got Mellow. I mean, I just using him for the purple 4. You could use Woods. It doesn't matter, just as long as we get the purple 4. That's all we need. We got Santa Hogan for that extra MP is the big thing that we're using him for, and then I have Zombie Chelsea, who isn't even done, I don't think. So, no, I think she needs to be 35. So she's not even done, but, so still really good damage, even though she's not done yet. Now, the reason why we're running Santa, we're running Mellow, and we're running King is this is a 10 MP move. But luckily with the gear, we get an extra 2. So in total, we got 4 from Mellow, 2 from King, and 1 from Hogan. So that's 7 right there. We got +1 starting MP, which will get us to 8. And then we have the +2 from the gear. That'll give us the 10 MP. So, and obviously, yep, I have all gears for her, and including the new Platinums. So we got the All Color 2, Multi Strength 2, and Multi Strength 3. So 5 in total and +2 all, which does make her really, really good. I got tier 5s on the belt. We're running 100% gem, and I'm only going to run the green explosion here. So we're going to make 4 X break, increase green gem by 300. Obviously, there are other plates you can use, like the rainbow, or the, was it jade plate, will cargo. But we're going to run right in the middle, and we're not even going to run a basic plate. You could run Chemical X, for whenever you make 8 random and a strength multi of 8, but I don't think she needs it. I would actually prefer, if you would, to run the braid on her. I just think that's better because you're not going to overwrite, you're not going to lose any multis, and she'll hit hard enough as is. And just an extra 100% with her with multis actually does help quite a bit. So, right, so the build, right, we're going to make our X break hardcore for class powerhouse. We're going to deal damage and increase our green gem by 100%. We're going to choose a 4x4 and a multi, strength 3, then gain the green, but because we don't have any green, that doesn't even do anything, so the counter won't even matter. And then we're going to hit that fin, swap a 6x6, we're going to green, and pin the opponent. So yeah, it doesn't recycle, but she'll hit hard enough, especially if you have a basic plate. I'm not going to showcase a basic plate, but if you have a basic plate, you don't even really care about the recycle on her. So it doesn't really matter. So we're going to put our X brakes down. Boom. So base green is now 400k. It's pretty good. And a little trick with the multis here, because we're not running Chemical X or anything, don't put them here, because there is a chance right with a 6x6 we could lose them. We put them here. No matter where the 6x6 over here goes, it will not, we will always hit every multi and it will always be green. And each green gem is doing 4.3 million. So times stat by what, 16? So about, this probably does about 70 mil build. This build does about 70 mil with no other basic plate. So not too bad. Yeah, this will never not get green. So obviously, right, it won't show us the damage, but about 70-ish mil, 75 maybe, not including the move damage at best. Close to 80, but not quite. Obviously, with the braid plate, you'll definitely get there, and obviously mine's not maxed out or anything either. And obviously, belt-wise, you can get even more out of her. So, but we will show you one other build, because she gets advantage on a powerhouse, and against a powerhouse, she gets 100% gem increase. This might sway more people to getting the gear. Obviously, right, the whole point of this video is to see, are the gears worth grabbing on the prize wall? So base green is 224. It's a little bit higher than it was before because we get advantage. Boom, we'll increase the, put the next base down. So now each green is doing 824,000, which is a lot. Times 10, so now that's doing almost 9 million. So we're doing closer to like 150 million damage now against the powerhouse. So much better, much better. So that's like 150 mil guaranteed with a B tier character with a free card. So yeah, that's pretty good. That's not bad at all. Not bad at all. So that's Michelle. Obviously, right, there are better things you can do, and more things you can do. Again, Rainbow will give you another 200%. Braid Plate will give you another 100%. So if you run Rainbow Snowfall and Braid Plate, that is actually doubling the increase because that'll be 600%, and we're only doing 300. So still pretty good. All right, next up, I got our boy Goldberg here. So Goldberg is interesting. Now, I know I have the Rainbow Crossfire on that. We're not going to use that. He's just sharing a belt with Rey. I don't have another belt for him. But the May Plate will be used, again, will calculate damage because mine is hype 1. Rey likely is hype 0, so that we'll actually be able to see him. So again, ignore the Rainbow Crossfire. Again, we have tier 5s and everything, but ignore the Rainbow Crossfire. Realistically, right, Gem Generator Plate is what you would want, like Yellow Rumble, or even a Purple Rumble will also work. I mean, heck, you can even run Blue Rumble if you want to, because if we do increase our gem by 200 for all, Red Rumble, whatever, or if you have that John Cena plate, which is basically just a better make round, that works too. So there's plenty of good things. Also, like these plates, break yellow, make green. So stuff like that. There's plenty of options, but we're going to mainly be using the May plate for this build. So we're going to be mainly using May plate. Again, we got the platinum. We have all 3 of the gears, so all color 4, gems do 75, and then all color 75. So in total, 200% gem damage, which is a lot. It's a lot of damage. So the moveset I'm going to be running here is purple, purple, yellow. We're not really using the yellow move, the steel MP, steel purple, but I'll show you with purple moves, because with that you can actually double down on the spear, which I think is actually way. I know some people like this moveset where you run purple, so against the striker you skip their turn. Where I know some people even like the jackhammer. I just don't prefer them over this. I feel like this is the best way to run him. So trainers and coaches, we're running Molly, and we're running Luger. Now, Luger here is +2 purple. He's the most important one here, because with the +4 and then the +1, these 7 charge moves are going to be full in turn 1, which is perfect. And then Molly, I just have on her extra gem, extra health, especially considering he's a showboat and he's a Hoff. He's going to have a good amount of health, considering he's not even in a moment. We'll see how much health Goldberg has. We got Brett here for yellow and green, obviously because we're making the whole board yellow, and then we're going to make 20 more green afterward. And then I have Sammy here for another 30% yellow. You could have Punk on here, who would be 40%, but it's not going to make a significant difference. It's not going to make a significant difference, the 5%. So you would also maybe want to put Punk, because he's 5. He's going to be, what, 10% more? 10% more on the yellow. So if you have Punk, run Punk instead. But I decided we'll go a little bit less on the gem for you. Again, mine's not maxed out. Mine's not, again, we're also running tier 5. So we'll show you, like, Goldberg's going to be really good, I think, with this. Yeah, look at that. 137 mil, and he's not even in a health moment. That is straight up just the Hoff links, and then the 2 Hoffs trainers, Luger and Molly, doing that. So that's really good. And then our base yellow is 381,000. And our base green is 193,000. So really good base increase. Boom. So base green is at 579, and our base yellow is over a million, so 1.1. So I will say with this build, if you don't have a yellow rumble or anything, it's only going to do like maybe 70 at best. Obviously, yellow rumble bumps this a ton, and I would suggest if you do have one, put it on him. I don't have enough real plate removal that I want to put it on him or anything, but he's a very easy 2-click. Very easy 2-click. So this will do about 70 mil probably. Probably about 70, maybe even less, 60 mil maybe. But again, once you get that yellow rumble, that'll beef it up probably closer to like 90. And any other real, like again, if you have a green rumble, see if we make the whole board green or whatnot. Again, plenty of stuff. Again, I'm just not running that ultimate plate on him because I'm sharing the belt with Rey. Obviously do that if you have it. Now, I'm going to show you here. Because again, you can stun with a striker, but if we fight someone who has purple moves, which I think is a lot more often you'll see than a striker, you can double down on the increase if you want, which I think is really great because that's 400% all gem damage. So again, greens we're doing 193, yellows 381. Boom, first increase 579. Again, we're over that mill. One charge move here. Sten steals 10 purple MP from his moves. So he's gone. He's completely drained of purple. And that will give us our spear again. So now our green is doing almost 1 million, and yellows are doing almost 2 million. So without even an ultimate plate, we're doing a lot more damage. We're basically doubling, if not a little bit more. So probably closer to that 100 mil that you would like to see, and obviously with the yellow rumble, you'll probably be looking closer at like 160, 150, 140 maybe. He's board dependent with the cascade, but still enough to where he will warrant the kill. He's going to kill most people there. So anyone with purple moves, right, we get that steal, you can get 400%. So really, really strong there. Alrighty, now for the final character, I have Rey. Now, again, I'm just doing all these in one video to showcase everyone. Now, Rey, I actually have 2 movesets. I don't have a graphic for the other one, but I will show you it. And the great thing with Rey is he doesn't have hype. So he doesn't have any hype on him. So we can do that. So again, we're going to use the same belt that we used with Goldberg. Now I know Universal Crossfire is a pretty rare plate. This is by far the rarest thing that Rey is using to make him work. But it does make him so much better. Again, I have another plate alternative that we're going to run here. That most people probably have that maybe don't have this. So, and again, we're just using the May plate. You wouldn't need a May plate. It honestly slows them down. I would suggest maybe like Insignia or something instead. Like, yeah, because Insignia is what, just 100% more yellow. Yeah, 6 multi, increase yellow by 100. Because again, the green's really just slowing them down. Tier 5s as well. And we have all the gears. So all color 2, crossbreed 200, and multi 3. So pretty strong stuff. So I'm going to start with this build. The purple yellow. So again, we're going to make 22 random gems in the cross rig. 7 MP, a little much, but it's fine. 619, 7 MP, make 24 random 24 random gems in the multi is strength 4. And it's a reversal, so that if they increase their gem or decrease our gem, we will reverse it. And then lastly, I have this move, so we can increase purple by 8. Alrighty, so we're going to primarily 2-click him, but I will show you a way where you can double down on them if you want to. So I have King for that multi 2 plus 2. We got Nation Rock for multi 2 and purple 2. I got Mem on there. Obviously, Leo would be the better case here, but I run in Mem because, I mean, a zombie would give you 60% and a color. This +1 string is going to benefit every single color that we run. And then I do have Punk this time around. Again, if you don't have Punk, there are a few options now. We could run Howdy. I have Howdy. However, I actually don't like him on Rey because I do think it makes too much where it does overwrite so much at the cross break. I don't like it that much. So we're going to run this way. And again, this is 4 MP in total. So +1, we're at 5. And then the next 2 with the gear will get us to 7 MP. So it's going to be enough to pretty much destroy the opponent. Again, the big thing here is we're running that crossfire plate because the crossfire is the most important thing to this build. So, 197,000 damage of yellow. We make our cross break. So now yellow is at 484. And then we make 24 random multis of strength 12. So a lot there. So again, on a yellow, they're doing 6 million. And Signa would make that even more. It's a lot. It's a lot of damage. And yeah, May is not even needed. I wouldn't even, it just slows them down. And that was 114. So enough. Enough to win. So, realistically, in order to double down, you would have to have another MP. But if you have Hofflink and tag matches or something, you can easily get that move full. So I'm not going to put Sanhogan on. Realistically, would want Sanhogan on him to actually do the double down in a normal tour. If you want, or like in feud in particular. But in feud, I wouldn't even run the double down. It's all about speed on there. So, but I will show this because we can actually see the damage, and I'll show you how much it hits for, because it is a significant smack. A lot of loot boxes though, so that's not the best. So again, 619 comes out. Now we're going to increase our purple MP by 8. So that'll give you both moves again. So now we're going to hit this again. So a yellow is now doing 887 because now we're at 1,000% increase. And yellow times 12 is almost at 10 million. So a lot of damage. Boom. Let's just get a hit here. We swipe. 160 mil. I have seen it. That was a not great board with a lot of loot boxes here. That can do over 200. I have seen it do over 200 million. Or about 200 million. So, if you really want to make sure they're dead, you can do that as well and double down. Now, I don't have a graphic for this, but I'm going to show you anyway. Let's say, right, you don't have the crossfire plate. You can't run them that way. So, what do? I'm going to show you. Instead of the crossfire plate, we'll run a Piper plate. I know this has become a lot more available over the years. So this should be, some people usually have at least one now, even on the lower accounts. So Piper plate, right? Whenever we make 4 pyros, increase all of your gem by 100 and your yellow by 500%, so 600% on a yellow, which is a lot. And then for the moveset, we're going to run, obviously, the Piper. And we're going to use this. So we are running the classic tricolor. So you still get the reversal, and obviously we're still getting the multis. The only gear that we don't get anymore that's benefiting is the 200% cross break. But this is the way I used to run him before. Before, like when he came out, I loved him like this. Now, here's the thing. In order to actually get all this MP, we do need Breaker. And we are probably going to want a purple to get all the colors. Luckily, though, we don't need Santa Hogan. So you would probably rather run a uh, different multi-character on here, but like Leo and obviously, or maybe a zombie. But right now, I'll just run them like this and see how much we do. So instead of 9s, they're only 5s. So a lot less strength, but we are going to get a bit more increase. We're going to get a bit more increase. Alrighty. So yep, all colors are turn 1 because of how we do it. So again, yellow 197. We're going to Piper that. You technically could set the Piper off twice, but that's a lot of cascade risk that I don't like, so we're not going to do that. So these are only times 8s. But still, that's quite a bit. Okay, so base yellow, 540 times 8, 4.6. Now you hit your choose. Unfortunately, that yellow's there. So that kind of sucks. We'll connect that one then. $90 mil. So I don't like it. I don't like it as much. It was the. I'll run that again because it is a lot more dependent. But if you don't have a crossfire, especially because he really wants the universal one, he doesn't want the color because he blows up the whole board with triple purple, well not triple purple, with purple, purple, yellow. This way is okay. It doesn't hit as hard as I would like it to. I mean, 90 mil is not bad, but with the MP stuff and everything, it's okay. It's not as good as this other. But if you don't have Crossfire and you want to run him, this is still definitely a way you can. Again, though, super board dependent. There we go. I can't remember if I should be running. I don't remember if I should be running the Pyro first or the multi first. It's been that long since I've used this moveset of Rey. We'll do the 4 break then. Here, I'll try the reverse way. See if that helps. 97, 100 mil. So 100 mil. See if that way does it. If it does any better or not. I can't remember if you're supposed to run Pyro gems first or multi first. I think it's Pyros, but it's been so long since I've used this moveset. It's been a few years at least. But yeah. So if this is a way that you think would work for your roster, I'm not going to tell you if they're good or bad. Again, it depends on your roster. I didn't have anything on the prize wall really that I needed, and I'll still be able to get a big plate anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. So I was able to get these, but for accounts that are looking at them and like maybe should I get it, I'm hoping this video does help you out a little bit at least, so that it makes your choice a little bit easier which ones you're going to want to grab. Alright, we'll do that, and then we'll just make that. So there we go. There's our big multis. Pretty good. 130, so multi first might be the way to go there. Multi first might be the way to go. That's a pretty big hit. See if it actually hit harder than the crossfire. So there you go. Piper can do more than the purple one. So there you go. That's Rey. So that's what I got for you guys. Like again, I hope this kind of helps your decision making on what you want on the prize wall. Where is it? There she is. Alright, like, again, I bought all of them. The only character I don't have in here is Chosen, but I'm not going to get to that. But I should be able to still afford maybe a Rainbow, maybe a Tama, maybe a Knights of Judgment. So, but again, I hope that kind of helps you guys maybe decide what you want. Usually, I would tell you, if you don't have any of these people, probably to get them. But if you were interested in the gears, then this would maybe help you out. I'm hoping to help you guys out with that. So there you go. That is all three gears. That is Michelle, Goldberg, and Rey. Obviously, there have been new ones. I know Beefcake, Kurt, and Macho Man all have them. So I'm hoping they continue to keep putting them out. So I know that new ones are getting platinums as the days go by. I'm hoping we see even more. So far, they've only been the S plus versions of characters. I'm hoping that the characters that were beforehand, like the Andre, the Undertaker, Sheik, and Brett and stuff, those characters, I hope that they also get platinums. I'm hoping everyone gets platinums other than like a few, because obviously they can't, like Stain or something, but or even Hoffmeck now. I don't think he can because he's no longer with the company, but I'm hoping that is going to help you guys make your choice a little bit easier on whether or not you're going to get these gears or not. It definitely depends on what you guys have for plates, and obviously if you don't have all the gears before, like you don't have silver and gold before, that might not, make it. I do really like Michelle, especially if you have everything. I mean, even a braid, I think she's still really good. She's going to probably push 80, and against a powerhouse, she's pushing like 160. At that point, again, Goldberg I still think is really great. And if you do have Crossfire, I really like Rey. I actually kind of prefer him over Goldberg at this point because he's just two click and then swipe, and which is what Goldberg can do. But I think Rey is actually faster, and they hit very very similar. So again, I hope that that helps you guys out, and thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and share. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. We're very close to 200. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.